One of the most common questions I get on my stream is, how do I not choke away my leads? You know, ranked is a first to two format now, and you might go up 3 rounds straight, go up 2 rounds ready to win the entire thing, and then your opponent seems to make that magic adjustment, and then suddenly you've lost 1-2. So how do we prevent that? Well, I don't think there's a good generic answer, but what I have for you is one of my sets from Combo Breaker 2024. And if you've already seen the set, don't spoil it in the comments, okay? People don't like spoilers. But it's a very back and forth match. There's a lot of tension, there's a lot of throwing and selling, and a lot of capitalization on mistakes. So I'm not going to go super in-depth into the matchups, but I need to give you some base information so you know what to look for as we look at the set, all right? So really quickly, let's talk about some of Lili's basic tools, let's talk about ShaheeN's basic tools, and then we'll go into the match. If you want to jump ahead, timestamps will be below. Lili, boom. Forward 4 is one of my favorite moves. Counter hit safe launching mid from super long range. It's a bit linear, so it can be sidesteps, but it covers so much space that anybody trying to hit you actively is at risk of dying to this move. And it's very well complemented by down 3, right? Down 3 is a super long range, almost the same range as forward 4, if not longer. It's a low, and it tracks both sidesteps. So it's a very high coverage button that does tons of damage for a low poke that's only -12. So these two moves work really well together to bother your opponent into interacting with you because you're doing damage to them, and blowing them up for trying to interact with you at the wrong time. Right? And then on top of that, if you manage to get around these minefield moves, she has 1-1-3, which is a counter hit confirmable jab string. So she could just hit 1-1. If she sees it counter hits, she can hit the 3. Knocks down, you can't tech roll, she gets a voila, it's ridiculous, okay? If you get through all of that and manage to get a mix up on her, she can hop kick over your lows. So you have to deal with a bunch of nonsense. If you get hit, you're liable to dying to her feisty rabbit mix-up. If you don't know what that is, it's where she jumps backwards, does a little spin, she gets like a mid-low mix-up. The low knocks down for a guaranteed follow-up. The mid gives like a heat engage, and which can turn into a launcher. And then she has a few other mid-long range moves that work really well. Back 1 is a really good one, and 3+4. Back 1 is, you know, a little linear, but is extremely safe, goes into her stance, and on counter hit, she gets a heat engage for free. And the 3+4 is her elegant. She jumps, 2 legs, super long range. You can duck it because it's high, but it's homing, and it's not really reactable. So as long as you're not spamming it as the Lili player, it's a constant threat. Heat engage, launcher, etc., etc. Now, ShaheeN is a character that I think is not looked at very frequently, and it's hard to come up with a very generalized strategy against ShaheeN. He's kind of a complete Tekken character with a slide. Let's talk about it. He has Tekken 8's like magnum opus, the safe high armored heat engage. Okay, back 3+4. That alone makes it hard to hit him, right? On top of that, he has a really, really good hop kick. Sometimes evasive to highs, otherwise is a standard hop kick, evasive to lows, 15 frames, etc. He also has what everybody wishes they had, a safe down forward too. So he has tons of these like keep out options that are really solid. The hop kick is really good for beating lows, and it's also hard to hit ShaheeN sometimes. A good like mid, I hesitate to call it a poke, but it's like a high reward option. Down back 2-1 is a long range mid poke that's hit confirmable. My dog and girlfriend in the back.
Oh, hi.
On top of that, he has some big changes that came in Tekken 8. So, big one right here is his slide. A slide character is abnormal, and we have to get that within the realm of acceptance. If you ever talk to a slide player, they're going to disagree. Slide is launch punishable, you get a full out. No, slide is abnormal. The moment somebody crouches, you are at risk of eating a knockdown low, which loops into a similar situation, or a mid mix-up. The thing about ShaheeN's slide is, unlike Lee's, for example, it's like Law's, where you only get a float combo. You don't get a full launch punish. And that makes a huge difference. That makes a huge difference for the risk reward of doing a slide. And what's even more unconventional in Tekken 8 is that they gave him a running move, right? His running 2 is a plus frame advancing knockdown mid. Slide characters traditionally don't have easy access to these running moves because they generate pressure by ducking, right? Now he has objective frame advantage in addition to everything that he has before. So ShaheeN, as a complete Tekken character, you can't like just do one thing and you'll be fine against ShaheeN. You got to deal with all these issues, see what your opponent is doing, and then counter those properly. That's a very surface level base knowledge of both characters. They have tons of more tools, tons of more options. I didn't even mention Lili's back turn mix, right? The back turn mix is crucial now, and that's absolutely insane. But I want to talk about this match. I want to talk about my psychology going into it, what I was seeing at the moment, what I was worrying about at the moment, and try to teach you how not to choke, right? Let's look at it.
We get that main stage for that top.
Let me turn it down a bit. It's kind of loud. So, JianTheWolf, I've never played him before. This is day 1 of Combo Breaker, the last match of the pools to qualify to go to the next day. And I had high expectations for myself to do well here. How does it play out? So first we get a walled stage that's pretty small in Paris. I'm throwing the forward 4 right away. I throw the cartwheel just to try and put out a long range launching mid right away, and it puts me in a back turn stance. I want to see how he deals with it. I do the armored back turn 2. We trade. So I know he's kind of mashing, and I honestly won that exchange. Playing a ton of down 3 here, just trying to wear him down and put out my moves. I didn't duck the high because I'm so stressed and worried about attacking. Sidestep, hop kick. Here, my heat burst was too early. I actually am not very familiar with this situation. This is what comes with maining a character for a long time. If you hit the voila too early like this, they're really high on the wall, and the heat burst can actually whiff. But doesn't even matter. I run forward, forward, forward into a stomp, and then I just stand there because I'm kind of expecting him to do like a get-up kick or side roll or something. I expect him to side roll, but he just does an instant get-up kick. So this is something I can improve. Play an Okazemi option that isn't just necessarily standing there. I can position better for the wall by sidewalking. I can try to hit him on the ground, but I just stand here. He hits me. And there's the down back 2-1 hit confirm. Now he's in heat, and he's in a position to make a comeback here. Right, I'm spamming the armor, just trying to end the round, but you could visibly tell by my gameplay that there are nerves at play. I don't want to lose this round with the lead I have, right? If that launcher hits me, I probably die. He goes under my jab. Now I'm panicking. So I hit the armor. He interrupts it. I just do it again. I figured it would have worked. So not the cleanest round right away, but being insistent and confident in your move choices is very important in Tekken 8. You can't block forever in this game. Blocking is very disadvantageous. So putting out your buttons and being wrong is more important than hitting your button perfectly. Right, you can always adjust. There's my counter hit back 1, but I don't get the hit confirm into the heat engage right here. A pretty nice mid-range counter hit here, but I just get a standing 2 jab. Decide to keep my pressure up. He 1-2s to claim it back. Back to my down 3s and forward 4. Keep out up forward 4. That was really well played by JianTheWolf. If you look at what's happening here, where I'm super spaced out, right? So at this distance, there's not really any threat, right? He doesn't have to be afraid of any of my moves when we're like full screen like this, right? And I recognize that. So I decide to run in. I do some little sidestepping just to try and be, you know, a bit less predictable with my approach. But of course, he sees me sidestep, pause, and then run in. And his instinct says, let me throw a hop kick. What's the worst that could happen? A whiff punish doesn't end his life. If I just get a block punish, you know, he would lose about this much health, a little less. Like, he would lose about the red portion, right? So that's honestly a good risk to take. And this early in the game, it doesn't matter too much. This is ugly. So I'm at the wall, plus frames, down back 2-1. I try to interrupt with a cartwheel because I thought he would just stop. He finishes. I do a get-up kick and get counter hit. Luckily, I dodge the slide, but my punish misses. Time to throw heat. Don't die with heat. And for some reason, his slide hits me while I'm in the air. So nothing I was doing is working. Try to shake it off and go to the next round. Look very carefully at what ShaheeN is doing and try to counter that, right? I've been running my own game plan, but maybe I can try to incorporate what I'm seeing. He's poking with a bunch of down forward 1. I back away. I see him through the down back 2. I was already doing a forward 4 because I knew he was comfortable doing attacks at that range. Right? And the choking part will come into play. Don't worry. But it's important to establish like the base mind games and what is happening initially. Here I go into heat. This is the Feisty Rabbit mix-up right here. Mid or low, I decide to cancel the Feisty Rabbit into a do glide high. What does that mean? Lili has a crouch dash. She can do it out of this Feisty Rabbit spin. So you won't see it because it's so quick. But there's the little crouch dash. And I hit 3+4. Instead of trying to do my mix-up, I just want plus frames. I want to see how he responds. If he mashed, I would have hit him into the wall. I decide to spin again, and then he mashes. So that's important data. Spun, plus frames. Spin again, he decided to mash. 1-2-2. Small punish there. Wrong move I did, but still get a nice like knockdown low into a wall hit. And finally, we duck the down back 2-1. Important defense against ShaheeN. He showed me he was willing to rip it, so it made it really easy to kind of lock in that muscle memory. Like, oh, duck and launch. I didn't launch it, but close enough. All right, now look at what happens here. This looks a lot like that hop kick situation. I want to play offense. I want to go in and hit him. I want to be the driver. So I play a forward dash and a block. If you've seen my old videos, you'll know why that's problematic. And then I do my attack. So it's not that I just did a down forward 3 here. I did a dash, block, down forward 3. And that slows down my move so much that his magic 4 counter hits me and he gets a combo. So depending on the range of your options and what option you're deciding to choose, dashing can be a waste of time, right? Yes, you might want to realign, but is sidestepping a concern? I don't know yet. And now I'm at half HP because of it. Go into heat right away. I have an advantageous position on the wall. This 3+4 I was really proud of, right? His back is to the wall. He's trying to figure out a way to get away from me, right? In this position, his back is to the wall. This is super ugly. I can just mix him up. I can hit him on the wall for plus frames. He probably wants to get out, right? I could just sidestep to follow him. But if I'm hard reading that he's going to sidestep, why don't I just hit a button that will blow him up? 3+4 wall splats. I'm going for a resplat combo here. Totally messed that up. Step over him. This is ugly. But the idea was sound, and I got a lot of damage anyways. And now we find a nice whiff punish here. I'm finding 3-2. Jab whiffs. I just play a little backdash. I'm not going to try to force an option if I just whiffed a jab, okay? It's his turn if I whiff something. If I backdash, he whiffs, and I get a retaliation whiff punish. Or a whiff punish is retaliation. My combo does not reach the wall. These are all small, like, non-main character things. You know, people, like, Lili is an easier character. Her combos are kind of hard, but she is an easier character. But even with the ease of use, you can see this unfamiliarity really come into play. Like, this really matters. If I just get the wall here, it becomes a last hit situation, right, with the wall combo. Because I don't, though, he has plenty of chances to make a comeback, right? One combo, heat, rage art, I could die. So I threw a Matterhorn because I was horrified, and it happened to work out. But the damage I lost from not landing the combo because Lili is not my main of like a full Tekken game or more is a lot to battle through. And people might say that's like making an excuse. It's like, you know, you're preemptively making excuses. But I want to be transparent that it's hard to pick up a new character. And for people who are new to Tekken 8, this is not something to understate. I've worked with players who said something like, I should be able to launch with like a 14 frame electric. I'm like, this game is hard, bro. Like, yes, have standards for yourself, work hard, but also be reasonable. There's a lot to learn in this game. Going into game 2, I see we get an infinite stage, so I already know the game's going to be a bit slower. There's less wall pressure, there's less forced plays to be made because of the wall, and Lili has really good movement. So I can default more to like a passive Tekken 7 style. But as a player, I've been trying to work on being more aggressive. So let's see how I play it. Jab. Down forward 1. I'm still driving. I'm still trying to attack. I backdash twice, kind of realize like, hey, maybe I should re-engage and run back in. For some reason, John was 500 IQ and queued up a slide from that distance. And this is important, right? What is the weakness of a slide? If you talk to a Lee player, a Law player, a ShaheeN player, but mainly the Lee players, you'll know that they don't like ducking because they're afraid of getting launched. Slide is too slow, things like that. So because I backdashed twice and created this much space, that's why he got the slide. And that's really important. Look how much damage I'm taking. I took about 1/3 to 1/4 HP, and it's because of these backdashes. I gave him the space to get comfortable to crouch. I can't hit him here, right? I'm running in. I played a dash. If I were already in range to hop kick or forward 4, this is different. But I have to run in to close the space. He's already ducking, and by the time I can realize what he's doing, he's already sliding. Small things like that really, really matter. He slides again. Right, so I mash it while standing forward just to try to stop the pressure, and there I get my little whiff punish. Really happy with that one, right? Like, why is that different from what just happened? I'm playing at a space here where even if he decides to duck and slide, it's like a small difference, but my forward 4 will hit him. So that is a stronger position than being so far away nothing can hit him, right? So when he decides to throw this thinking I'll come in, he completely whiffs. I get my whiff punish. Stomp on his legs, play the back turn mix-up. That's something I was trying to do a lot more too, is play a lot more the back turn mix-up. I play another cartwheel, more back turn, step on his feet, more back turn. He gets a nice duck, doesn't find the punish. That gives me a lot of confidence to keep running the back turn mix. We're scrambling here, so off of Lili's 1-1, she's -4, so you can interrupt a lot of options except the armor and if she jumps over your low. So he plays a low, outspeeds me. I decide to just hop kick, get a float, so it's not enough. Small punish there because it's the tip range of the spring kick. Spring kick is not as punishable if it connects at the tip here versus like right at the base. Pause. So I only get a jab punish. Little back turn mix here that kills. Super happy for me. Looking super clean to get out of this pool. Up around. Down forward 1. Again, forcing my attack, trying to stay in range, and that's why the hop kick hits. I'm in threat range, playing mids, lows, mids, lows. The hop kick can sometimes just hit, but if I'm out of range, that can't happen. Now I'm trying to spin just to develop a little flow state, you know, stay unpredictable. I can't say that this is very tactical, but this is something I was definitely working on to just flow state and have fun, right? Then he decides to mash. I probably could have known that he was going to mash there from our last game where I did this, and I spun, and then I spun again, and he mashes on the second spin. But I'm not mashing into his string. I'm blocking. I try to hit him mid. He doesn't bite. All right, now he's playing a bunch of strings. Break the throw, very important, even when you're moving. And that was really, really good. I tried to... I see my heat is running out, right? So desperately, I'm like, I want to use my meter. I don't want it to time out. So I press the 3-1, and he whiff punishes me. Now, don't tunnel vision on your meter, right? HP is the key resource. Yes, the meter is important. But now I have no meter anyways, and I'm almost dead. He's playing quick pokes. I find my counter hit, get my hit confirmed. All it takes is 1 down through... And he gets a beautiful keep out hop kick. How did this happen? How did this happen? Look closely at our movements here. So after this, I close the space. I don't play a wake up. I'm kind of respecting a get up kick. Now I dash and block, right? That's super important. I run in and block in case he immediately does a down back 2-1 or a hop kick. I hesitate. He sees me hesitate. He throws the hop kick and it's faster. This is going to come back into play later. But recognize that run up hesitate, which is not a bad thing. Blocking is not a terrible thing. But run up hesitate and then button is what got killed. Pay close attention to that. Down forward 1. All right, he whiffs there. I don't get a big whiff punish. That's unfortunate. You gotta whiff punish those. Down forward 3, counter hits. Little sidestep right to adjust the combo, but I still mess it up. Again, Lili main stuff. You got to be so comfortable with these things. Sidewalk to his rear and get a 3-1 optimally, right? Optimally. So let's look at how I got this sidewalk in the first place, right? I can't confirm if this is a main, like a Lili only sidestep, but you can recreate the situation in practice mode and see if it works for you. 1 jab, down 3 into sneak 4. Okay, it might be down 4. So I decide to sidewalk left after the down 3 hits me. That might not work on every character. Test it out in practice mode. 3-1 whiff punish. I probably could have gotten a hop kick and gotten a bigger combo. This time I don't spin twice. I just spin once. Pick him up. Drop the combo trying to go for a cancel, but then I get a nice whiff punish here. Why did he whiff? Well, it's because I whiffed. I whiffed at a range farther. He actually made the right call. Unfortunately, the ranges were not in his favor. He would have had to adjust and do like a hop kick whiff punish or down back 2-1. Small spacing stuff. Really, character-specific stuff. Tekken is a hard game. There's the high heat engage, safe, armor move. A menace to deal with. Right. Decide to Matterhorn, just decide to turnstile, to try to turnstile. It pays off. It looks like I'm about to close this out. I go for another do glide cancel here. I'm trying to hit up into back 1, but I just get the do glide 1. So I don't get the combo finisher, but still a lot of damage. Eating the down back 2-1. How did this happen? How did this happen? This is important. Every time you get hit, it's worth looking at why. I dashed up and hesitated, backdashed, and then hit a button. Right, so when I close the space, he's blocking. But when I close the space and stop, then he's swinging. And it's costing me. Luckily, I still have heat and HP to work with. And I get clipped out of my backdash with the heat smash. Running up to attack, and he makes a great mash. This was a really good mash. Right, 1-1 again is -4. The only way I can keep pressure on safely is to hit 3 and go under his move. 3+4 go over his move, or hit the back turn armor move. I try to go under a jab. He hits a mid. Counter hits me and kills me. And suddenly, it's 2-2. Right? It was looking so dominant. I was getting so many hits, but it's never really over, especially if I'm running into his launchers. Right? He tries the same thing. I try to whiff punish it, but I'm way out of range. And again, he finds this down back 2-1. I bet you can guess why this hit me. I'm crouching. I close the space and wiggle out a bit. Right? I'm at this peak tip range where we both can operate pretty well. Stand up. I hesitate right there. And then he decides to act. And now it's ugly. I'm looking for the guard break. I'm looking for the slide. He's hitting me again. Nice. I get a nice cartwheel here. Small combo. Don't go for the cancel. Just end it. Okay, no. Go for the heat burst cancel. PhiDX. Feisty Rabbit attempted, missed. And here, off the heat smash, I decide to duck looking for a slide. Or I got hit backdashing. Either way, the mid kills me. Sometimes a Korean backdash can really kill you. I have another video on that. And that's a shining example of how I was up. Look at me thinking. I was up 2-0 and died literally to keep out launchers. So when I was thinking here, I was thinking, yo, do I switch to Steve? Steve can be kind of hard against ShaheeN because he's always ducking, so the back one won't come out very much. But Lili wasn't exactly doing bad. I was just running into the launchers, and that's the conclusion I came to, is I can stick with Lili. I just got to stop running into the damn launchers. The hop kick. Sorry, the hop kick, the down forward 2, and then the down back 2 on heat engage. Let's see, can I execute that? Forward 4, and I try to play the back turn stance a lot more too. That was something I was really focused on as well. 1-2, right? Control him with the pokes. He's picking all these slow moves. Just beat him up. Immediate timing. Don't do this hesitation nonsense that you just did right there, Philip. Look at this. All right, he whiffs. I have a window of opportunity. Say I whiff punished. Say I whiff punished. That would have been good. But I didn't whiff punish. So now I close the space and hesitate. I do a forward, back, down 3. He hop kicks me. That was very well played. He's succeeding with these keep out launchers. And that is something you can also take a lesson from. If something's working, don't stop just because your opponent is a sponsored player. You know what I mean? You don't have to stop doing it. Just beat them up. If it's working, it's working. Don't second guess the things that are succeeding. And now he position swaps to get the wall. I'm tweaking. I don't even punish properly. I just try to throw him because I'm so concerned about getting off the wall. 1-2 grab, beats the heat burst. That's a very effective strategy. Steel pedal. He tried to get me off the ground. I decided to stay patient. I was like, I can take 2 steel pedals. Keep out heat engage. Heat smash. And suddenly I've lost 4 rounds straight. 1-2. I'm just trying to maintain control here. I go for a hop kick, but the slight delay gets me killed. His slide does not go off. I don't get the whiff punish. Down 3. I get clipped again. Once again, just trying to structure my offense, and I'm trying to think to myself, don't get kept out. Backdash, and I decide to tap forward to attack. Nice block on the slide. Good thing he didn't go mid. That would have been horrifying. I figured he was catching me with so many mids, he might look for a slide there. But it is a guess. It's a 50-50, right? Nice. This is a cool move here. This is a cool move here. I jump in and do raw Feisty Rabbit. And instead of doing a mix-up, I hold forward to go into do glide and hit 2-1. Homing option, 2 hits. ShaheeN's punch parry is not super scary. But the forward 2-1 here gives me a full launch. I did notice that there was a wall splat, though, so I don't spend my heat. But I messed up the wall combo. He goes mid-high, but I was not ready for it. I play the back turn mix and get lucky that he mashed. I get so lucky that he mashed here. Down 1-2, I'm +3. This goat beats most of his options. If he decided to hit the down back 2, that's probably a different story. But 3-4 here, and he happens to mash on the second hit. And finally, I'm able to stop the bleeding. Let's actually confirm that situation. Let me make sure I'm not spreading any lies. The speed of ShaheeN's down back 2. In my Discord, I have a frame data bot here. ShaheeN down back 2. Okay, it is a 14 frame move, right? So Lili back turn. Just so you can visually see the situation here. This is important to look at these micro situations if you're not sure about your offense. And refining your offense is a key part of even just the basic ranked game and basic Tekken, right? So here I'm +3 in back turn, right? So Lili back turn 3 is also 14 frames, right? So if I threw out my move out of confidence, now that I've confirmed the frame data, right? Confidence, that my move would outspeed his. We're both 14 frames, but I'm +3, so mine would interrupt him. And it would go under any jabs. So there's really no way he could stop me. Except like a down jab, I guess. But luckily for me, he mashes. So none of that's super relevant for this exact situation, but is important to pay attention to. Stop the bleeding. Round 3. I backdash and create a lot of space. We talked about that. That's problematic, PhiDX. You should attack, but not by whiffing a cartwheel. Drops the combo. Lucky me. Okay, unsafe string. Give me my little punish. Step on his feet. Play the back turn mix. Nice. So much HP. Look at how successful the mix-ups are. You should just run the mix-up. What are you doubting everything for? Look at how fast that round was. 18 seconds of just mix-ups. Right? If you don't do that dumb hesitation nonsense in the neutral, Just run your mix-up. You might just win. You might just win. And now we're on set point, and that really locked in the confidence me. So look at my play here. Round start. Standing 3-1. He blocked it, but mashed the second hit. All right, no hesitation. You're plus 17, plus 18. Stomp on his feet. All right, I'm plus 10 off this stomp. So he probably knows to block. He's been blocking after my back turn mix hits him, right? Like, or the entrance into the stance. He's been mashing when he blocks it. So because it hit him here, I figured he would block. So I turn around and just do it again. He's ducking, but he stands up, right? He was expecting a faster low. All right, now I just play the down 2. Immediate mix-ups. Don't play the game where he can keep you out with hop kicks when he reads your forward movement. Don't even move forward. Just hit him. Right away, I mashed the while standing 4 in case he felt like mashing. What do I do here? Back up a little bit. And I played a bit of the hesitation here, but with a bit more decisiveness. Forward dash, back dash, and then 3-1 immediately. In the past, I would do forward, back, forward. And that's why this counter hits. I took away that last extra forward dash. Forward, back, and hit the 3 right away. And I snipe his timing. That was very satisfying. Even though I did a bullshit long-range move, the fact that I was able to make that adaptation. I'm dying to keep out by wasting time. Hit the move sooner. Heat dash, blow him up. Wall combo. Down forward 3, I have plus frames. Do my move right away. All right, he mashes out of it. Very nice. I get a small punish here, and then I take the no variance route. Like, don't be wrong. It's literally one hit. You know he's going to mash the keep out. All right, you know he's going to mash the keep out. So even right here, when I hit that 1-1, I could just take the killing mix up. But I didn't want to get hop kicked. I didn't want to get, down jabbed into his own pressure, and like down jab into slide. So what I decided to do, disengage and count on the fact that I know he's going to try to clip me running in. So I forward dash block, tap forward block, and there's the down back 2. And because he's been ripping it since game 1, I ducked the second hit. So confidence didn't come until the very end. Until the very end, right about... So I lost this one and I was tweaking. The confidence came in right about here, I would say. Actually, no, not even here yet. Not even here yet. Blocking the slide was obviously very helpful. Dropping the combo was horrifying. I saw that. That gave me some hope. He mashed into my back turn. So the confidence comes in this round. I got lucky on a few multi-hit strings, but once I start building the steamroll off of this next play here, yes, this is where I start to get more confidence. Because I realized as long as he's not hitting his keep out, I'm winning. So just win. And I know that sounds condescending. I know that sounds like very reductive. But sometimes the game is really that simple. You don't need to overthink it like, oh, on this dash timing he's doing this, on this dash timing he's doing this. It was really just I'm running up and waiting and he's hitting me. So why did I win in the first set? Because I was really confident and decisive in my moves. I wasn't running in and getting kept out. Why did I lose the second round? Because I was getting kept out. So in game 3, it was a simple matter. How to not choke? It depends on the game. It depends on your opponent. But in this case, don't die to the keep out. Either attack right away or let him do it. Now, obviously, the stronger your opponent gets, the harder it's going to be to keep it that simple, to hold it that concretely as one idea. But JianTheWolf is no slouch, right? I guarantee in your online matches, this will still matter, right? But again, at the highest level of play, they are cycling these mentalities and these ideas very, very quickly. So it's simple, luckily for us, in the upper mid to the lower level. At the very top level, it is this simple, but it's not this simple. Hopefully that was helpful. If you enjoy this kind of content, please leave a like. Please leave a comment if you got any questions, if you think I missed anything. If you got nothing to say, leave an emoji. Helps me a ton. And I'll catch you in the next video. Peace.